Formula.
Welcome to Formula Friday, your weekly Formula One show. I'm Nick, and I'm not sick this week, and that is Lewis. We are going to do our driver head to heads tonight. We are going to go over some various news items from this week, and I've been looking forward to this all off season. We are finally going to share our 2026 season predictions. I haven't seen Lewis's, he hasn't seen mine. We're just going to do this live and react, and it's going to be awesome. But before all of that, Lewis, how's your week been? By the way, thank you for doing the solo show last week. You sounded great. It looked great. You did a really good job. And I know your tears were fueling most of that show last week, but
Yeah.
you did great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, last week was kind of scary. It was my first time doing a solo venture, and it's weird talking like to myself in a weird way,
Mhm.
and, like not talking to you. And it kind of like took the little sting out, not talking to you about Formula One, and you get to see my live like demise of being a Aston Martin fan now. Like, what?
Interesting that you become an Aston fan and then they get bad.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. Like, I become a V carb fan, like, or AlphaTauri, Toro Rosso, and then they start going downhill, and then so if anybody just wants a team to be bad, just have me root for them, I guess.
Stay the hell away from McLaren.
Oh, I'm thinking about yeah. You know what, Lando. I like Lando. He's
Oh,
great.
no.
No, my week's been good. I started my new job and it's been fun. Just
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's CNC machining with super tight tolerance. We're talking like uh would be after 1,000th, whatever, 0.00001, like my tolerances and stuff. It's been very fun, very stressful, but yeah. How's your week been? I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks. How's the chess been?
Chess is bad. We don't have to talk about that. I've been in a rut. It's been rough. I'm at 540 now.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, Week has been okay. I've mostly just been battling the remnants of that weird 3-day cold that I had last week. I had no energy by the time I was done with work on last Wednesday. And I knew I was gonna be at it because I texted you what 11. I'm like,
yeah.
listen, I know right now I will not have the energy to be able to do more after my already high energy requirement job. So again, I appreciate you doing that. I'm just
Bro.
battling a cough, like leftover cough that's been annoying. College baseball started. That's one of my favorite sports. I love college baseball. It's been great. Uh, I don't necessarily have one single college baseball team because I went to a 2-year college, right? My college has like a D3 baseball team, but I don't really follow D3. I like D1 baseball. So it's fun every year. I kind of adopt a team. Last year, I kind of adopted Hawaii. This year, I think I might be adopting Arizona State. They're
Hmm.
doing pretty fun. They're doing pretty well. It's been a fun team to watch. Um, Local teams are doing really good. There's a local D1 team that I like. I can just get tickets to their games, and I like to go watch a baseball game at 7 p.m. in March sometimes because I can. College
Yeah.
baseball is some of my favorite baseball. I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 5 a lot too. I like the Horizon games. I don't like them as much as the motorsport games, but Forza Motorsport's basically dead at this point.
Yeah.
So, and with the announcement of Forza Horizon 6, which takes place in Japan, which is what everybody has wanted forever, me included, I decided to boot up 5 again and just kind of do my version of finishing because my big issue with a lot of games these days is there's so much content and it feels very overwhelming. And
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 5 is one of the most overwhelming games ever to me. So I've just been going through it. It's basically I'm trying to complete every race and every I don't know, four series. They have street racing, road racing, basically the same thing. Off road, cross country, whatever. And then I have the Hot Wheels DLC and the Rally DLC that I've never touched, but I'm really excited to touch. I played the Hot Wheels DLC a lot in Forza Horizon 3. I really like that, and that was kind of the first time that was the first time they did that. So I'm excited to see what it's like in 5. and I love Rally. All the Rally DLCs that Forza always puts out are incredible. I'm a little annoyed that it always feels like a gimme for the Horizon games, where there's always just going to be a Rally DLC. Sometimes it's called Storm Island, sometimes it's called, I don't know, Mountain something, but it's always just a Rally DLC. Um, Still really fun. I like it a lot. I have a GMC Cyclone that I like to use as a daily driver because sometimes when I play Forza Horizon, I just like to drive around at normal speed with my wheel and my pedals. I found out it's obviously easier to maintain a normal speed limit with wheel and pedals. So I'll just be cruising around Mexico with my GMC Cyclone, maybe finding a barn find, going on an off road.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I've been road racing. I have a Mitsubishi Eclipse
Ooh.
because I am a child of Need for Speed and Fast and Furious, so I will always have a Mitsubishi Eclipse as
Really?
a street racing car. Yeah,
Now,
dude, I
so
Eclipses are some of my favorite cars ever.
really, so for
Yeah.
me, that generation of car, definitely go Mazda RX-7. That rotor, the Wankel rotary engine, oh,
Mhm.
it's stock. It revs up to 9,000. It's so beautiful. It's like a 1.6 liter.
There has to be a study somewhere where people, I guess, in our age range, where we just love JDM cars. I
Hmm.
don't know what it is. Like, yeah, muscle cars are cool, but I want a Nissan. I want a GTR. I don't want a Charger. You
See,
know,
yeah,
I like
yeah.
Mazdas. I love. Give me a not an RX-7, but
Oh, what's
maybe
wrong
an
with?
RX-7.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, give me an RX-7.
See,
I
I'm a sucker
yeah,
for just weird engines.
that's
So
fair.
I love RX-7. I think it was, I forget who it did, but it's one of the VW uh subsidies had a W12 engine, which is, it's a V6, but like the heads are like, said, the piston going like this. There's another piston here and here, so it's like six
It's so
cylinders per
weird.
side. It's the timing chain on that is insane. I would never want to touch that. German engineering. But like, it's a 12 cylinder engine, but like in a V6, whatever.
I love crazy engines too. There was somebody who did an inline 10 at one point, wasn't there?
Yeah,
The
and
long ass engine.
yeah, I think it's Rob Dam on YouTube he's got this guy to do like a, I forgot how many rotors it is, a 12 rotor engine.
Nothing should ever start with I don't remember how many rotors were in this
Dude, you
engine.
could never have too many rotors. Oh my goodness. They have it set up too where you have like four, is it may be 12, so it's like four rotors on the bottom, and then you have on each bank, like where like the heads would be on like a V8, and
Mhm.
it mounts to like an LS mount, so it like fits, and I just want it. Like, just imagine putting that in like my F-150 or something. It just sounds so weird.
Hmm. Well, I don't know about an F-150, but I do know about an F1.
Ooh.
Let's go to the news. So, first and foremost, Drive to Survive is back on Friday. I don't know what your thoughts on Drive to Survive are. My thoughts are this is what got me into Formula 1. I watched the season about the 2020 season before the 2021 season started. Um Drive to Survive is a great jumping off point if you're curious about Formula 1 and you've never known anything about it. And then once you get into Formula 1, you realize that Drive to Survive is just slop and
Yep.
terrible. It helps you build a foundation. It's not a good foundation, but then I mean it's a foundation. But I still love it. I still love the dumb drama slop. When Paige and I watch it, my fiance, I always like I call it the girls are fighting. Hey, you want to watch the girls fight?
Mm,
Because that's what it is. And it's terrible. They do heinous things like overlay driver audio for things that aren't happening. And then obviously they mess with the
yep. They
everything.
MTV
So
it.
it's yeah, exactly. It's nothing at all what happened, especially if you watched the season that is based off of and you're like, "That's definitely not what was
Yeah.
said." But it's good drama, and it is a great vehicle for bringing people into the sport. It brought me in. Did it bring you in?
Yeah, it did. I'm the same boat. COVID. Like,
We're here right now because of Drive to Survive, which is a terrible thought and a terrifying thought. It's a bad show, but it's good slop, if that makes
yeah, it
any
is.
sense.
It's a very good first one's free type of thing. Like, it gets you into it. And
It
then once
does.
you're in, and then it, for me, the Drive to Survive, and I know this is going to be kind of polarizing. It felt like the F1 movie.
Yeah,
Good. I felt like it was good if you're not a Formula One fan, but if you're a Formula One fan, I didn't like the F1 movie that much.
that's fair. I understand.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I haven't watched Drive. Like, I was on, I went to Netflix and I was like, oh, Drive to Survive. Oh, okay, that should be coming out. I'm like, oh, it's 8 seasons already. Like, I don't remember the last time I actually sat down and watched it all.
I never really want to watch Drive to Survive. I just kind of do sometimes.
Mm.
We threw it on at the beginning of last season, mostly because I kind of wanted to see the Christian Horner stuff in like that behind the scenes
Yeah.
kind of way. And it is interesting. It is informative. And if you kind of read between the lines and you take some of what you know and fill in the gaps of what you know with what they're presenting, then it can be really fascinating to watch.
Hmm.
I don't love it, but we do get really funny moments sometimes, like when they were talking to Nikita Mazepin and he was talking about Sochi 21.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how they framed it in a way to where he did so well at that race, but then if you actually watched the race, you knew that he finished what, 17th?
Yeah. That's what like kind of like threw me off on it. It's like
He's like talking about the clouds, but
yeah,
not once in the episode do they mention where he finished. They're just
yep.
talking about his drive and how much he knows the track, and he knew it was going to rain because of how the clouds were and how Sochi and how Russia is. But it's if you just pull back, it's hilarious.
Yeah, and I think one of the kind of the reasons that like kind of pushed me out is like it was during I think either Vettel or Raikkonen's like last season. They really didn't talk about it. They didn't like it's like these are Formula One champions like leaving the grid, and it's just like
Mhm.
swept underneath the rug.
Well, hell, even last season, Max Verstappen just refused to be involved in it at all because of how they like to warp things, which I
Yeah,
100% support. I get it. It's entertaining, it's dumb, it should never be taken to heart. It should be used, as I said earlier, as a way if you're curious about the sport to kinda build your foundation and try to kinda keep up with some storylines,
yeah,
and then you can just springboard in, and then you don't need it anymore after that.
yeah. I mean, like without Drive to Survive though, we do have a lot of great moments like the Nico Hülkenberg from
Mhm.
it. Like that is from it, and Netflix is a bunch of c words, aren't they? Like just pure Danny
Right.
Rick moments. It does bring some good stuff, and I do like seeing behind the curtain, especially with Gunther when they had
Mhm.
Gunther on there. But I mean, I just I personally I'm not a huge drama guy, so that's kind of what threw me off of it. But like I see the appeal of it. Like my wife watches drama stuff and MTV type drama stuff, and I can't stand it, but like I appreciate the art.
Yeah, it's if you have a special interest in Formula 1 and you just want to turn off your brain and watch slop, then by all means watch it. And I'm saying excuse me. I'm saying slop in a negative way, but also kind of a fun way.
Yeah.
It's fun slop. It's sicko slop to
Yeah.
me. I like to watch it because it's bad, but I'm also that type of person who will watch a movie because it's bad or play a game because it's bad just to experience it.
Yes, and we have had plenty of moments like personally you and I where we watch bad movies for fun.
That's true. We have done that.
Like we don't know who killed Captain Alex.
We don't.
Actually, we do find out, which is
I'm sorry, I'm
great.
still
No, you're
battling this
fine.
off. Who Killed Captain Alex is a gem.
It is amazing movie.
Now, a storyline I'm not sure will be touched on in the new season of Drive to Survive, but a storyline that sure touched our hearts last season
Mm,
was
right.
the story of Thea, the little girl who designed the unicorn sticker that Carlos Sainz put on his helmet and then in turn was responsible for all of his podiums. Sparkles Sprinkles, I don't know if we ever got a full name for that.
Sparkles?
But Thea got to meet Carlos Sainz. He did a little meet and greet. She finally got to meet him. Her mom has described him as her hero. He even offered her his jacket when they were hanging out, and she said no. She refused because she didn't want him to be cold. It was just it's a very sweet and heart touching moment. Williams have posted it all over their socials if you want to look at it. It's cute, and that out of all the storylines of last season, and I'm saying this as somebody whose favorite driver won the championship, that's my favorite story of all of last season. It's just so wholesome. It's such a wholesome moment, and the fact that it was Carlos and Thea and involving a team with Williams, and then that kind of Now, obviously, the sticker didn't do it, but
Mm,
the lore, the story, that's how legends are made. A unicorn sticker propelled him to get podiums in a Williams in his first season in, where he started out kind of rocky. How can you not love that kind of storyline?
yeah. So Thea is the reason that Carlos Sainz is a liar. If we're gonna
Yeah.
trace it back, because he's the one that said don't
Uh-huh.
expect podiums, and he got 2 podiums. So, but yes, I thought it was a great moment, and as a dad myself and everything, it was very heartwarming, and
Heartwarming.
yeah, heartwarming. Eh. That, you know what? That's the thing. I'm gonna
No, it
trademark
was
that.
heartwarming for sure.
It was very heartwarming, and like it's cool to see the human nature like behind the drivers in a way, like they're not just so PR behind it.
It's like Drive to Survive if it were good.
Yeah, and like I love athletes that do humanitarian work and stuff like that, that they don't do it for PR. And I feel like Williams is just capturing this PR, but I feel like Carlos Sainz would do this without PR.
Oh,
Like he,
100%.
yeah. One of my favorite, like side story, one of my favorite players of all, baseball player of all time is Albert Pujols. When the Cardinals won the World Series, they got invited to the White House. Pujols didn't go because he already had a humanitarian work to do in Puerto Rico, which is really
That's
cool.
incredible. That
But
is really
like,
cool.
yeah, and that's like one of my favorite things about athletes, and it's just they just do it just because they're nice, and it really speaks to Carlos. I feel like he is super nice, and I think it helps being his dad being in the spotlight. He knows how to act and everything, but
Mhm.
still,
Do you think Carlos is kind of filling the Seb gap? Seb was that wholesome dad type
mm,
on the grid, and now Carlos is kind of growing into that role, even though he's not a dad,
no.
but he's got that vibe. He's got that really gentle mentoring kind of vibe.
See, yes, but I also raise you this. I'm gonna raise the stakes. I think Max Verstappen's that. I've seen the podcast with was it Kimmy or no? He was doing a
Oh,
podcast.
Gabby.
Gabby, there we go. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was just sitting there talking. You see him just always talking to the rookies and walking around with them, and he's doing that. And he's said multiple times, like he's already passed his peak in Formula One. He's just downhill from here, and there's so much more to life than just racing. He just wants to go do other stuff.
Mhm. Unfortunately, Max Verstappen is a very cool person. Why is he so hard to hate?
I know. I love it. And okay, as someone like I have a daughter with like so my wife's the step parent to my oldest daughter, and like
Mhm.
the way he's filled in the step parent to like P Penelope, I think her name is, but just call her P. Like the way he is with her, it is amazing, and I love
Mhm.
that so much. Like as someone who's had a step parent, like that is amazing.
Yeah, no, I've also had step parents. It is a very important it's a thankless job that takes a lot of patience and a lot of openness and a lot of caring and a big heart. And I mean, not anybody could just step a bad person couldn't step into that role and
Yeah.
be viewed in that kind of light. So, I mean, obviously, Max Verstappen is a great guy. Cool. Cool that Max Verstappen is a great race car driver and a great human being. "Oh, Max Verstappen, everybody loves me, I'm talented." Oh, screw you.
Yeah, Andy has a super hot model girlfriend, wife. Are they married now? I don't know, but still, like he just has everything.
Also, his child is the spawn of the genetics of 2 racing legends.
That is very true too. Well,
Duh!
no,
Mm.
well, okay, yeah, his child, and then his other child, P, that is also a racing heritage because Daniel Kvyat,
Well, eh,
he's pretty
it's a
decent
bonding
in.
heritage. Yeah, he's fun.
He's
I
decent
just wanted
in
to make a torpedo
endurance.
joke.
Yeah, he's yeah, he's
Mm.
not great.
Staying on the Williams train, they have a new brand ambassador, or just ambassador, team ambassador? It's an ambassador of some sorts. It's Damon Hill. You know Damon Hill. He's
Yes,
a
Formula
former
One
driver
and champion.
and champion.
Bring out the poster.
Now, I
Yeah,
know the ambassador roles for these teams don't mean anything at all, but it's cool to still have them out there, you know? I mean, Damon Hill wasn't a bad driver.
no, he's a champion again, but
Mhm.
it what What role does like an ambassador do, especially for a team that's been around for so long? That's like being a Ferrari ambassador. What does that mean?
I've always thought that the role of an ambassador for a Formula One team is basically just dealing with the stuff that the drivers or other team leadership doesn't have the time to deal with or doesn't want to deal with.
Hmm.
And it's kind of the best of both worlds to get somebody like Damon Hill. It's like, yeah, sorry, Carlos Sainz isn't available, but former champion Damon Hill, you can talk with him.
You know what? That's actually a good point. I never really thought about it like that. Because Red Bull, David Coulthard is like the biggest guy for them. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I never really thought about that. That's really all right. Asked and answered, I guess.
I mean, the real answer is probably it's just giving these former drivers a chance to still be in the spotlight and kind of maintain appearances, even if they're no longer racing or kind of in the. This is just another avenue for them to stay relevant, which is fair. I can't blame them. I get it. That's probably the real like nihilistic answer for it, but I think it kind of has a parasitic's not the right word, but it's a word that works. It's kind of a parasitic relationship, good for the
Yeah.
goose, good for the gander.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got nothing else. I mean, everyone know if you don't know who Damon Hill is, he is a former Formula One champion. Obviously, he has 22 wins, 42 podiums in
Mhm.
122 starts or 115 starts, 122 entries. But yeah, he's been very known in the paddock and everything. It's like him and Jackie Stewart are like the two old heads that you always see everywhere.
Sir Jackie Stewart,
Sir Jackie Stewart. I am so sorry, Sir Jackie Stewart. If you
just like Sir Lewis Hamilton.
that is very true about the Sir.
This next bit of news, I don't have a good transition for this. I'll let you kind of take the reins on this one because I know it's something that you are very passionate about, have been passionate about in the past. Now, not a NASCAR podcast, but Lewis, the Speed
Uh,
Channel is kind of back.
yeah, it kinda because isn't it like every other week kind of like podcast type of thing?
Yeah, more or less. It's mostly just they're resurrecting the branding. It's not the channel itself, it's just the branding. And then they got Kevin Harvick and Will Buxton, which honestly is kind of a good pairing that I'm here for.
Yes, yes, and I think I mean I've talked to you about it. Like one of my end goals or end goals, like I don't know, I would really love to do would be bring back speed. Have it have
Mhm.
like a Sports Center ESPN style of all racing, like Speed
Mhm.
used to do, and talk about Formula One, NASCAR, WEC, IMSA, IndyCar, Rally, Formula E, Formula W. Is that what the women's? I forget the name
No,
for it.
it's Formula Academy now.
Formula Academy. Thank you. But like I think that would be great, and I think this is the correct first step in it because they tried to bring it back before and it just kind of fell flop. I think you need to work your way up, and I think this is the perfect step.
I just want to touch on so them picking Kevin Harvick and Will Buxton specifically is great. Kevin Harvick's son Keelan, he also does racing, but Keelan also wanted to dabble in Formula One in open wheel at the very least. Kevin Harvick was my dad's favorite driver growing up. After Dale Earnhardt Sr. died, he really liked how Harvick took on the mantle in that car and the way he handled it. I know a lot of people don't like Kevin Harvick. I've never understood why. I've never had a problem with him. I thought he was cool. I also in agreement with my father where the way he was kind of thrust into the mantle of
Yeah.
driving that car. I think it was handled really well and throughout his entire career. I mean, he lasted a lot longer than a lot of other drivers would have. So, I mean, Harvick has that oval racing background, which is what you want in a thing based in America. And then Will Buxton, he's got the Formula One background, and whether you like him or not, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to things. And he's been kind of integrating himself more into the American motorsport side. I follow him on Twitter because I do like him as a presenter. He has gotten more into NASCAR. He's gotten way into Indy, which feels like a natural transition for him anyway. So both of these guys with their skill sets and their knowledge sets working together, it's a very odd couple. It's a classic recipe for a great show. It's an odd couple situation. but with common ground, which is we love motorsports. I wish it was just fully Speed Channel coming back because I mean I mostly just watched cartoons and documentaries growing up because I was a nerd. But I'd like to throw it on Speed Channel once in a while because you always knew that there was something happening. You
Yeah.
always knew you were going to see motorcycles or dirt bikes or cars going fast. And sometimes that's all you needed as a kid. You just wanted to watch car go fast. I love car go fast.
That is very true. Cargo fast is good. Yeah, unless you're the FIA looking at the limits, or not limits, but the regulations this year. But that's besides the point. uh, I think that to agree with you honestly that it's a perfect pairing. Will Buxton, he gets a lot of flack because the way Drive to Survive edits him. Like the person who finishes first wins the race. Like, yeah, we all know that, but
The
it's just,
guy who finishes first is going to win the race.
oh my, that sounds okay. Yeah, we make fun of him, but also Ferrari says the same thing to their
Yeah,
drivers.
100%. I make fun of him, but he's knowledgeable. I
Yeah,
really like him. He's a great presenter. He's a
yeah,
fantastic presenter.
and he loves the sport. Like
He
he's,
does.
and I feel like that's just taken for granted. He just genuinely cares and likes what he does, and he really enjoys the sport. And I think that passion for cargo fast is like what's missing, and I think these two are a great pairing for it.
Both of them are also extremely vocal about their respective sports that they follow too, which is
Yeah,
awesome. And nobody's going to try to silence them because they know it'd be stupid. So you
yeah,
know that you're going to get their honest opinions about things. They might sanitize a little, but for the most part, you're going to get how they actually feel about these things and the state of things.
yeah. That's what I'm really hoping for. Is it's like it. So I think you and I, not a NASCAR podcast, we've talked before about how the stages are awful and the
Mhm.
commercials are awful in NASCAR. I would love for Kevin Harvick to say something like that, but I have doubts because it is on Fox, and Fox has a big partnership with NASCAR, so blah blah blah. But yeah,
Even though Fox's presentation of NASCAR has gone downhill, which is another incredible thing for me because if you watch it on Peacock or even this way the CW does it, it's all infinitely better than what Fox has just kind of gotten lazy about it, which is wild because they revolutionized NASCAR broadcasting and motorsports
yeah,
broadcasting, and they've just kind of threw it away in a barn and they're letting it gather dust.
yeah. It's for going from NASCAR or F1 to NASCAR. It's kind of a weird juxtaposition because it's like um commercials galore.
Mhm.
Commercials go just I was watching the Daytona 500, which I forgot to bring up last week. I don't did you watch the Daytona 500?
No, we were on our way back from St. Paul. We went up to
Yeah.
Minnesota for the weekend, but I saw the last lap, which
Uh
was awesome.
oh my gosh. There so I will tie this into Formula 1, I swear.
Okay.
Uh it was very the commercials were awful, but during like I want to say like the second half or like half of the third stage, uh drivers were literally this is at Daytona. Obviously, all you do is go flat out there. Cars were going half throttle to save fuel.
Yeah, I've heard been a problem in NASCAR. It's all
Yes.
just about fuel management now.
Yeah, at the super speedways, it was awful. Like you're just
Mhm.
watching. It was literally like a half hour of like Bubba Wallace in the front of the pack, literally just half throttle and like 1 to 2% brake, so he can like get pushed. And it was just you were watching cars just in a pack, just driving for like a half hour to an hour. You just they're not moving because they would have to use fuel, and it's awful. And I'm afraid that that's what's going to become in Formula One now, and that's going to transition, because like with everything with their new power units and everything.
I hope that NASCAR hasn't been neutered too much with everything that happened over the break, but I hope that they try to regulate throttle percentage
Yeah,
in
it was.
races. There has to be a way for them. I mean, we know we have the telemetry. I want there to be a way for them to be like, you can't go below 80% throttle during a non-caution lap.
Yeah, and I or just change change fuel or something. Like it was just
Mhm.
you. It was just very awful just watching them just like half throttle, just like, okay. And I've done Daytona a lot on the simulator. It's flat out. You're bumping, you're pushing, it's go on, go, go. But like they were trying to fuel save and everything, and it was very, very boring to
Not a
watch.
NASCAR podcast. Do you think that's because of the stages? Is that because they're like, oh,
Yes.
well, we're gonna have to pit during the stage anyway, so we're
Yep.
just gonna save until the
So
stage?
yeah, this is the third stage. So this is at the very end. They weren't going to pit again, so they didn't really
Mhm.
care. So unless caution came out, they weren't going to pit. So they had a fuel save, so they could be there to the end. It was not great watching experience, except for the last lap or two. Oh, that was fun. Obviously, big crashes, cargo
Mhm.
fast, crash. Those are two things guys love: cargo
Mhm.
fast, cargo crash. But yes, and to tie it into F1 with the new regulations, I'm really hoping that like it we don't see that where we're just managing energy.
I agree. I think the first I mean, now that you bring that up, I haven't thought about the energy management thing much, but well, I mean, we if we're being real, we might get a lot of that in the first couple seasons of this regulation, uh, as people figure things out. Or maybe we don't and we get it more in the back half of the regulation. But I think that the drivers in Formula One and the teams, I don't know. Formula One is really all about the presentation. They're really big on
Yeah.
that. So if teams are starting to do that, they'll FIA will come up with some BS reason why they can't do that, and it'll just become a mid-season regulation change or something. I have a feeling that they won't let it get that out of control. Whereas NASCAR, I feel like the drivers have a little more power than the governing body. I think the FIA is pretty locked in on Formula One and all of their series, and they love to micromanage.
Yes. And I mean, FIA is not been very good Formula One. That's why they have the like the paddock agreement or whatever they call it. And
Mhm.
there was one point in time that Red Bull and Ferrari were trying to leave Formula One to start their own racing series. Then that got like they caved in. But yes, that was they literally got tired of FIA that much.
Mhm.
So yeah. Speaking of FIA,
Yeah. Um,
ah,
the FIA is planning to implement a new monitoring system, to help they call it ECAT, which stands
hmm
for Every Car All Turns, which is a dumb name, but it's to monitor flag and track limit violations. They're using an AI tool to help them with that, which good use of AI. It's basically it's drawing a digital line, and if somebody goes over the track limits, then they'll know definitively, "Hey, you did the track limits." What I have 2 things to compare this to. The first one is we watch a lot of professional volleyball, and in the professional volleyball, they have a bunch of these cameras set up all over the courts, and the cameras themselves are so dialed in and zeroed in that if the ball goes out of bounds or on the line, it's so precise that it'll show it on the monitor, and it tells you, you know, right away, immediately, without a doubt, that was in, that was out. I like that a lot. That's cool. It's more accurate than just having the 2 volleyball umpires, I don't know what their names are, on either corner and just kind of eyeballing it. Or like MLB, they're implementing the ABS system, and just it's the same kind of principle where they've got the batter's eye or the K zone, the
box.
box, and instead of it being up to the umpire's discretion if it was a ball or a strike, you can challenge it and you can know for sure, hey, the ball was outside of this particular player's strike zone. That's a ball.
Yeah.
Or it was barely in, that's a strike. I I'm conflicted on it with baseball because on one hand, I like the human element of baseball. I like that there can be human error because that's just the sport. But on the other hand, I like having concrete, definitive proof of something because it cuts down on dumb arguments and dumb decisions that could, you know, alter the results, the final results of something. I want things to be as accurate as possible. And I think that a track limit thing like this is good. I really like this because
Yeah.
sometimes it's too close. And of course, I'm sure they'll still keep it up to discretion. Like, hey, Yeah, he overpassed. He did the track limits. Like maybe it was like a Lando, like what happened with Lando in Abu Dhabi, where yeah, he passed on the outside of the track, but it's because Yuki was weaving like a madman. I'm sure there's gonna obviously be room for interpretation, but this is a good thing overall, I think.
Yeah. Another thing to compare this to is tennis they have their instant thing, just like what you're saying about volleyball, and European soccer has their I forget the name of it, but it's like an automatic referee or something like that, where it's electronic,
Mhm.
where they can judge. I read through the article, and a couple things that like stuck out to me. One, I just hate the word AI because any algorithm is AI anymore.
Yeah, it's getting oversaturated.
Yes, like a lot of people think AI like LLM, which is a large language model that talks and everything. And like like somebody probably gets the headline like, "Oh, AI is going to depict track limits." It's like yes and no, but also it from what I've read about this is basically it will mark if someone's off or something like that, and it marks it for the supers to look at. It doesn't make the final decision, which is
Right.
a good. I like that.
Mhm.
And I think it uses a baseline car and everything, so it has references to stuff. So it's not just like guessing. It's what the drivers are doing. So there's a actual
There's data backing it up.
yes, there we go. That's what I was
There's
trying to think of.
baselines. Yes.
Yes, and I think it's a really cool thing as a tech guy. I love like this and everything. I love baseball, and I think that they should go to automatic balls and strikes. But that I think Formula One doing this is a cool thing because Formula One, yes, it is motorsport, but at the same time, it is a very big technology base thing. Like you see engineering, like breakthroughs that translate to the real world for us. Paddle shifters, one of the first thing that comes to my mind, but that started in Formula One and it moved its way over to us.
ERS that started in Formula One, and now it's in
Yeah,
a Prius.
yeah, Kurs and
Hmm.
everything. And Teslas have that, like Tesla, all electric vehicles. But yeah, it's I think this is really cool. I like the implementation of it. I really like that they don't leave the decision up to the program itself, and they actually
Hmm.
have human intervention in it. I love that idea. I'm
Right, because
so
I mean,
glad
like
that
I
they did
said,
that.
there's always going to be room for interpretation. It
Yes.
can't just be black and white. In any sport, it can't just be black and white. But this is just another way to verify. It's a
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's a nice tool to have, and I think that uh it's a smart decision, and I'm really surprised they haven't had this before. And reading through the article, it's hard to have a camera in every corner and stuff, but like it's nice to be able to have this technology. And also, why don't they have cameras in every corner? They're super smart and super like super rich.
Yeah, it could be as simple as nobody's had thought about it, and then it just took one person to be like, "Hey, you know what? Why don't we just do this?"
Yeah.
Because genuinely, that just happens sometimes.
Yeah, here's a good paragraph from the article that kind of summarizes it. The system can now detect a potential track limit infringement purely from positioning data. If it if it shows an abnormal deviation, if the car enters a virtual zone drawn on the track, or its trajectory strays too far from the ideal racing line, Race Watch can generate an alert, which alert will go to somebody. And the picture right next to us on the screen right now shows the deviation and zones. And also, it's kind of sad they have Gasly on there. Kind of
Mhm.
hurtful. But yes, I think it's a cool implementation.
100%. Uh, again, I don't have another transition for this, but before we get into our predictions, I just kind of want to take a moment and remind everybody about all the penalty points that every driver has on their super license going into this season. Particularly, I want to look at Mr. Oliver Behrman. He has 10. Lewis, did you know that if you get 12 penalty points on your super license within a 12-month period, then you get a one race ban?
I did know that. Do you know the
Ollie
last?
Behrman is dangerously close.
Yeah, Do you know the last person generally don't, but do you remember the last, or do you know the last person to get a penalty point disqualification or a ban? I guess it would be. Uh, I don't know who the. I'm sorry for putting you on the
Magnuson.
spot. Ooh.
Kevin Magnuson was the first person to receive it since it was introduced. So it's only been Kevin.
Hmm. Wow. Way to go, K-Mag.
Wow, a lot of Haas drivers. Interesting.
Weird. The stepchild of America.
Now I'm trying to figure out when Ollie's first one was because he's he's still dangerously close, but because it gets off of
It's a 12-month period.
it's a
Yeah.
12-month thing. So then after you hit 12-month from the thing period, then it
You know what I'm also surprised at looking at this chart? Max is so low. Max used to be really aggressive and like
yeah.
get penalty points like crazy.
He's a dad now.
mellowed. Yeah, he's
a dad
mellowed
now.
out.
You get
And-
less risk. I mean, Enzo Ferrari, he used to say that he wanted his drivers to be single and not have any children because then they have something to lose. Once you have something to lose, then you're obviously naturally going to be a little more cautious in
Yeah.
how you do something dangerous. Enzo Ferrari was a nut job. But I mean, I do think that Max being a father and having his partner, not wife, has gone a long way in influencing how he drives and how he is.
And I don't know. I think Max has really mellowed out ever since he won his first championship.
Yeah, I mean, that's always kind of it, right? The first one is always the seemingly according to based off of drivers.
Yeah.
The first one always feels like the biggest mountain, and then after that, it's like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. Okay, he got 2 penalty points at Monaco. So that's May 23rd.
Ooh.
For overtaking Carlos Sainz during red flag conditions in FP2.
So he has quite a bit to go.
Ollie has to make it through Monaco and not pick up any more penalty points, which is hard for him apparently.
Yeah, so here's a question. I think I know the answer, but I'm not quite sure. If he gets suspended for a race, they can't put another driver in there, can they? It's just that car's out.
I don't know. I thought they could just put in their number 3.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked. If it was
because it's a driver ban, not a team
car,
ban.
yeah. So I don't know how that all worked. Like if they get a replacement in there, which I don't know who the Haas reserve driver is, but it would be funny for them if
It's a Duhan.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
You kind of want it now, right?
Yeah, just imagine Duhan going in there and actually getting some points.
It's Duhan and Hirakawa. I think Hirakawa's next man up.
Yeah, because Hirakawa.
It kind of depends on what the super. I guess it kind of depends on the Super Formula schedule. So I think he's still racing in Super Formula.
I think he's doing WEC. Wrong, but
yeah, he is doing WEC. You're right.
Yeah, WEC is awesome.
WEC is awesome. You know what else is awesome? Trying to predict things. Oh, you too. And that is my transition for us to get into our prediction. So I haven't written mine down anywhere that you can see them. I have chosen to keep it on my phone, and then I am going to make a living document right here for us.
I actually wrote mine down, but I used weird text. So if you did accidentally see it, you would be like, I don't understand this.
Oh,
so
crazy.
Yeah, I tried to.
But so I'm going to put a document in our main 2026 folder.
You could just put mine personally, I just put a new tab document. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 predictions plus if none of ours combine, like we have this overlap, Nick, I have a bold.
Okay. I have a few.
I even hit Control B on it. It is bold.
Oh. All right. Well, that all being said, you know what? Let's break out the formula dice for one last ride before we retire it.
I call evens.
You call evens. Okay. I'll go odds.
Even Stevens.
Enjoy it. This is the last time you'll ever see the Formula Dice D20 because
The-
we're moving to new regulations next week
and
when
it's
we
the
do
last.
Grid Gamble.
It's the last time the dice can screw me.
Lewis,
Yep.
I'm going to send you a picture of what this rolled.
Is it a nat 20?
The very last roll of the Formula Dice. I'm going to send you a picture of this, and I'm just stalling while I am an old man and try to get this all together. There you go. It is sending now.
I am waiting because the technology is great, so now I have to.
This
it's
is
downloading.
terrible broadcasting, but this was important.
I have it downloading, and wow, it is
Nat 20.
Focus. Oh, it won't focus. But yeah, it was a nat 20. I have a picture proof.
Incredible. Isn't that incredible? It went out with a bang. Thank you, Formula Dice. All right,
Yeah.
you got even, so go ahead and go first.
Okay. Well, my prediction is Alpine. Okay, this is not a bold. This is not my bold.
Okay.
Alpine will get a top 5 at least once this season.
Oh, okay.
I'm very impressed with how their car is, how the innovations they're doing. Plus, they have the Mercedes engine. I think that it is very good for them. I think they actually will do it. And I'm hoping that they actually, with last season being so poo-poo, they spent most of their time developing this car. And from the little bit of testing from this preseason, I think they have the chance to do it.
Okay, I like that. I agree with you. I think that they're going to be better than last season just purely on the back of the Mercedes engine, which is so good that it's about to get banned. So I 100% agree with you there. At least one top 5. That's spicy. So I can't wait to see what your other predictions are. But that's exciting.
Yeah.
I could potentially see it.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be Franco Colapinto?
No, I think it's going to be Pierre. I love
All
Pierre.
right, well,
I can't go against him.
I'm going to get this one out of the way really quick so you can't snipe it for me. I've been thinking about what my predictions were for weeks, and this is always the one that I circle back to all the time, so I have to put it down. George Russell's winning the championship.
Oh. Okay.
George Russell will win the WDC this year. I firmly believe in my heart it's his time. The Mercedes is too good. The engine and then Mercedes, other deviltry that Mercedes is doing. It feels like George's time. We've all known George is going to win the world championship. It's going to happen. I think it happens in 2026.
That is pretty bold. Honestly, I don't have any George.
You think that's bold? I feel like that's kind of not a gimme, but it feels like low odds. High odds?
I don't know. I mean, even Mose in the chat said Russell WDC. He said it before you, so I mean that's his prediction.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It feels obvious. It feels like a favorite. Obvious is the wrong word. It feels like a favorite. I bet if I open up, I can't do it in the state I'm in, but I bet if I were in a state where it's legal and I open up one of the various apps that do Formula One, that George Russell would be the heavy favorite to win this season.
You really think so? You know what? I am in a state where I can't do that, so I am going to do that quick. And while I do this, I have to do a 2FA, so that's fun. I don't have Mercedes anywhere on here, but I do think that they are going to be one of the top 3.
Okay, is that your next prediction, or are you just saying that?
I'm just saying that. Like, I agree with you. I think they're going to be one of the top 3. I don't see any bad things out of that. Like they're a good team. Like they have the engine now. They have the drivers. Kimi showed great potential last year, and I think that you're not too far out with that prediction.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, gimme's the wrong word, but it feels like a safe prediction. There we go.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel crazy. What's your second one or next one? These aren't in any particular order.
No. This one isn't. This one's kind of a gimme. I feel.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 shot. Cadillac's going to be the top American team. They're going to blow Haas out of the water.
Okay.
And just to put this in perspective, I closed out of that tab. Uh, Haas wasn't horrible last year. I mean, it helped with Mexico, but yeah, they scored 79 points. They came in 8th last year. I think that Cadillac can do better.
Okay. I'm not going to yuck your yum. I think that you might be putting a little too much hype into Cadillac for their first season in Formula One. I
See,
think that you might be doing that.
so I knew you were going to say that. I
Okay.
just don't think it's not. I'm putting too much hype in Cadillac. I'm putting that little faith in Haas. I don't think that they have made big strides, and I don't think that they are. I don't want to say the resources, but like, I just don't think that they're all in like Cadillac is, and like I feel like that's going to make the difference.
I hear what you're saying, but Ollie Behrman is really good. Ollie Behrman is so good that Ferrari is already rumored to be eyeing him. The second Lewis is out of that seat, Ollie Behrman's going to Ferrari.
Yeah, but also like the driver doesn't make the team.
The driver doesn't make the team, but it helps when a driver is essentially responsible for all of those points. Esteban didn't do as much as Ollie did.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't think it was that bold, but now that you're the way you reacted to it, it's kind of making me feel like it's a
Okay,
little bit
so
bold.
just for continuity's sake, when you say blow them out of the water, that's more than just beating them in
Yeah,
the
I think they're
constructors.
gonna. I
That
think
is
they're gonna.
beating them
I think they're gonna be like 2 spots above them.
2 spots or above.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
know it's kind of a. I don't know. The 2 spots could be like literally 2 points, but I still think that they're gonna consistently be ahead of them, and that's like the kind of the point I'm trying to make here.
Okay. I kind of had a Cadillac based one, but it's too similar to yours.
Uh, you are correct though. Quick side note: George Russell does have the best odds to win the championship.
Oh, look at me. I just I just guessed.
Plus
I
185.
genuinely did just guess.
Plus 185 on DraftKings, 285 for Max Verstappen,
Wow.
550 for Charles.
185 for George is Max Verstappen 24 numbers. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't think that the hype behind him. I just don't think he has the consistency.
You don't think George Russell has the
I
consistency?
know that's pretty funny.
What?
The consistency
No.
to finish first.
Yes, George will be fine. I have no. Don't forget, George Russell was the only other driver to win a race last season that wasn't Lando or Oscar or Max.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, I don't know. I'll let you. So mine also involves Cadillac and the
Okay.
constructors. Do we count that, or do we want to just? That's too similar
You.
to yours, I guess. I'll
I'll
just
say
say what it is.
yeah. We can
Um,
count it because mine is Cadillac versus Haas, and mine's
okay.
more of a kind of a diss at Haas than it is a pro caddy.
So mine is just Cadillac will finish ahead of Aston in the constructors. I think Aston is going to be at the very end, and I think Cadillac will be second to last.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, I have an Aston prediction, but yeah. Uh, let's see. I think that's very accurate. Going right off of yours, I guess. Because it kind of, I don't know if we want to count this. I had an Aston battle with Williams and Audi for the bottom 3.
You don't have
So
that much faith in Audi, huh?
no, I still think the Kick Sauber DNA is still in there. I mean,
Well, you don't want that DNA in there. It
I
feels
know that's
to
what I'm
me.
saying.
It feels to me like they have kind of that team. They were essentially cruising with Kick Sauber while they worked and focused on the Audi project. So I think that, I mean, and Gabby was doing pretty decent last season in that kick. Same with Nico.
Yeah.
They were getting pretty frequent top 10s, not consistent, but frequent. So sorry, I'm not trying to just poo-poo all over your predictions.
No,
I
that's
should be
fine.
doing that.
I
It's
think it's good that you do it because we have yin and yang to it.
we do. I don't I think that Audi I don't know though. Bottom 3 isn't a bad take cuz just right now I think it'll be Aston, Cadillac, well, Aston, Cadillac and Alpine I think are going to be fighting for the bottom 3. I think Alpine would. Shoot, I don't know. You might be onto something here.
Yeah, I think Alpine's going to be doing good. So that's why I think the bottom 3 is going to be Aston, William, and Audi. I don't think Aston gets their stuff figured out until it's too late, unfortunately.
Okay. Fair enough. My next one has nothing to do with any of these teams.
Oh.
Lewis Hamilton will win at least 2 races this year.
Oh. I I really like that.
He looks like he's back, and it looks like that. I mean, I kind of said this a couple weeks ago, I think, where we're not going to see the full effect of Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari until the new regulations kick in, because we were at the end of regulations when he came in, and he was just kind of dealing with whatever was there, and he could
Mhm.
fix what he could fix, but there wasn't much he could do. But going into new regulation with Lewis Hamilton as your driver, and it seems like that they've invested into actually listening to Lewis. Other drivers have even said, like, yeah, it seems like Lewis is back. This car just suits his driving style. I think he wins at least 2 races this season.
You know what? Time for my bold. Lewis wins the championship.
What?
I think Ferrari has it figured out, and I think Lewis is going to do it. That's my bold.
My God, you're bold. You saved that for 4th?
We're not doing any order. I just wanted to go off
I
of
know.
yours,
That's
but
just, oh my God, dude, that would be incredible.
yeah,
I don't
I
think it's
think.
gonna happen. What?
I
Okay, do you still have that pulled up? What's his odds?
Let's see.
No
His
shot. It's anything.
fourth.
It's got to be like 4th.
He's fourth on the list. Fourth best odds, plus 700. Yeah, Charles Leclerc is plus 550.
All right.
Yeah, so it's not too bold,
Wow.
but it's bold enough. Like I just, uh, I think, especially watching the restarts that they did, I think that Ferrari, they kind of got something figured out there. It's
Mhm.
scary, and if he's on the same page with his engineer, I think that's good.
Yeah, that's a good pick for a bold prediction.
Thank you.
Cool.
Knock your
My
socks
4th,
off.
my you did. My next one isn't that bold at all, but I think one of last season's rookies are going to get their first win
Mm.
this season. Now, if you want me to be specific, I will. It's either going to be Isaac or it's going to be Kimmy.
Oh, I think Kimmy for sure on that one over Isaac, just because Isaac and the Red Bull. I think the Red Bull second seat is the curse. Hopefully, is going away after Helmut Marko and Christian Horner are gone. But I
Now,
just
do you want me to narrow it down to, do you want me to say definitively either Isaac or Kimmy will win their first race this season?
That's up to you. You know what? I'll let you be bold with it or broad with it. My bad.
Okay, I'll say Isaac or Kimmy.
Okay.
I'll keep it narrowed to those two just to prevent any, like, what if Liam Lawson somehow wins?
Yeah, was he rookie last year? Oh, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird because he raced before. I hate that. It's kind of like baseball and the rookie stuff.
It is. It's
But
like, oh, he's a rookie. Technically, he got a few starts in the World Series, but he's a rookie.
yeah. Anyways,
Yep.
I think Kimmy has the best odds in that. I would predict.
Really, and
I
I think Isaac might.
just that second Red Bull. I don't know.
Hmm.
Let's see. This will be how How many do we got left? How many did we have it done?
One more.
One more. Ooh, I have 3 left.
Make it a good one.
Ooh, you know what? I'll leave it up to you, okay?
Okay.
V-Carb or Ferrari?
Ferrari.
Remember Papaya rules?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to happen to Ferrari because both drivers are going to be up top.
So how do I word this?
I feel like Lewis and Charles are going to be battling each other. Like that's going to be how Lando and Oscar were. It's those two are going to be the butting heads
For the championship specifically?
Possibly, yeah. But Lewis comes out on top. So if you want to narrow it down to a bold or prediction, Lewis 1 and Charles 2.
Or how about Lewis and Charles will battle each other for points?
Okay.
A la McLaren 2025.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I just feel like I'm putting a lot of faith in Ferrari. I understand that with my last 2 predictions. But I feel like Ferrari, if they got it figured out, so this is going continuing the if train, if they have it actually figured out the way they do, they have 2 great drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And if any other team were to have this battle, this team has the best driver pairing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I get Lando and Oscar, but like these two are just different.
No, Charles has always been at the fold.
Yeah.
He just always has. Charles has been in the periphery his entire career. I think that's safe to say. He's always just kind of been there. He's never had the opportunity to get all the way there, but he's always there. If Ferrari isn't second in the constructors, they're usually third. They're rarely fourth.
Yeah, and I like Charles, and I think once that team starts winning again, it's going to really kick him into gear, and it's going to be very fluid for him. The fluidity of the team's going to change viscosity. There's some big words for you.
That's good.
Thank you.
You ready for my last one?
I am ready. Is this going to be a bold one, or is this just...
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
There will be a major driver retirement announcement by the end of the season.
Huh. Okay.
You think that's bold or not?
Yeah, because you would automatically go to Fernando. That would be the number 1. But you didn't say Fernando, so I'm trying to like think who else would be retired. But then I started to think about Nico.
Mm-hmm.
And Pierre
or Lewis.
Oh no, he can't just do 1 season in this regulation, right?
As of right now, he's only got 1 more year on the contract.
Oh my gosh.
There are many opportunities.
And I was kind of made a good point. Max has always said that like he's done when, and if he doesn't like this regulation, I can just see him be like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty bold. I didn't think about that. Ooh, got me.
Is it bold now that you've talked through it? There's like 5 or 6 different drivers that they could just say no.
Yes, because they could say yes at any time that's a retirement, but you're saying that one of those will be this year.
Mm-hmm. By the end of the season, we'll know.
That's kind of the bold thing. Huh.
So we have 11 months. Countdown's now.
Ah, I
can't wait to revisit this after the season.
I know. It's going to be like a time capsule of wrongness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that'll be the last ones that we record, but I know you had what was your bonus one?
The V-Carb
mm-hmm.
will stay the same at constructors. They'll finish 6th. Nothing will change for them, but that's because everybody else around them is going to be so much better, and then they're going to be
Mm-hmm.
So like if the pace for everybody is going up, they are just matching the average pace. They're not moving up or down. They're just average, and I feel like they're just going to stay average because they finished 6 out of 12 or out of 10. So like they're pretty much right in the middle, and I feel like next year with 11, they're gonna finish right in the middle. And that was gonna be
Interesting.
I don't feel like anything. Again, they improve a little bit, but it's also like the Red Bull B team, so they don't improve a lot because if they improve a lot, that person gets promoted.
Hmm.
Yeah. What was your other one?
Um, what was my other one? McLaren's gonna finish third in the constructors. Or I guess this is a bold bonus. We will see at least two major drivers announce their moving teams.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice one. So I had one also, but I didn't want to like it kind of felt wrong saying it. I feel like Haas gets sold soon.
Yeah?
I just the I mean Gene Haas has very much said that he doesn't want to he doesn't put money into it. Everything if this new regulation costs them a lot of money.
Lewis,
Yeah,
I just had a beautiful thought.
I'm listening.
Haas leaves, but it's sold in full to Toyota. Welcome back to Formula One, Toyota. All
Ooh,
right.
ooh, ooh. So
That would be nice.
not only would we have American versus American teams, we'd have Japan versus Japan team. Sort of.
Hmm.
Well, we kind of have that
Sort
now,
of.
but yeah. But
I know
yeah.
what you mean.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right?
You know, it'd be funny if out of all the predictions, this one happens and we didn't like predict, like we didn't write it down, we didn't set it in stone.
Well, the good news is this is being broadcasted and we just have access to this. So if we can review this at some point and be like, no, see, actually, this whole time we called it. We didn't write it down. We said it though.
Unless they take the video down. Yeah. Yeah. Too soon?
That's happened before.
Yeah.
All right, those are predictions. Lewis, I'm excited.
Me too.
This is gonna be a fun season.
Just think, Nick, we just have like a week to go. A week and 3 days.
I know. We have one more thing to go before we wrap up for the night, though, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Head
That
to head. I'm so upset that I didn't get a chance to do this last week. We had talked about it, and you decided it was better to not.
yeah.
That's not the right head to head.
Oh, my bad. That's
Goofball.
that's me. Busy working on something for next week and I totally forgot about it.
Oh, that's fine. So we're going to
But
be comparing Ferrari and Red Bull this week, and then we're going to finish it up next week by doing McLaren and Mercedes. We went in reverse constructors order, and I'm really excited to break this down and look at all of this. So, four categories: wins, podiums, Q3 percentage, and average finish position. A lot of other stats make sense to put in here, but these felt like the core four in my head. Uh, so just comparing Charles and Lewis last year, neither of them won. Charles had 7 podiums to Lewis's 0. Pain. And also, I never mentioned this before. I'll mention it now. I'm not including any of the sprint races or sprint qualifying in any of this. This is just straight up normal race qualifying and the normal race. So if I included all of that, it would obviously these numbers would change, but Lewis and I don't count any of the sprint races for anything. And that's that, except the end of the season when somehow Brazil can sway a championship one way or the other and help Lando win.
you sound salty about that.
I just don't like sprints. I don't like how much power sprints have at the end of the season, and they want to add more, but that's a rant for
Yeah.
another time. Q3 percentage. Charles was in Q3 95.8% of the time. I could be wrong on this because the website I was using was a little janky, but I went through it a couple times. And I believe that means that Charles only wasn't in the Q3 once. I think
Hmm.
there's only one race where he didn't qualify in the top 10. If I was able to get my data right, which if I didn't, it's not that far off because it was either one race or two races where he wasn't in Q3. So around 95.8% to
Hmm.
Lewis's 62.5%. And average finish position of Charles was 6.8 and Lewis's surprisingly was 8.5, which didn't feel like that toward the end of the season. But 8.5 is still not a terrible average finish position, especially with what Hamilton was dealing with and kind of going through. It's a bad season for him, but it's not a bad season.
Yeah. And just think, he's gonna next year. It's gonna be so many more wins and podiums and Q3s.
At least 2 wins for sure.
But yeah, it's the Q3 percentage really jumps out to me the most with Hamilton. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it all kind of started going downhill in Belgium at Spa. That's when it
yeah,
really started to go haywire because I mean that was another sprint weekend, but even in the sprint qualifying, he just was not in it. And that was kind of the beginning of the decline for the later part of the season. And I think he picked it back up a little bit, but that I think that weekend had a real hit on his confidence and the car and how he felt about the car and where he is with the car. So it kind of snowballed.
yeah, and I really feel like the engineer they had with him, I forget his name, but it was not a good choice. Like
No.
they did
They
not get along at all.
You need that chemistry. A driver and
Yes.
an engineer need that chemistry, and hopefully with the one that they poached from McLaren, I will not stop saying that. It helps
Yeah.
because
And
we all want to see Lewis do well. We do. We all
yes.
want that. Everybody wants that. It's insane how much everybody wants that.
Yeah. It's kind of, you know what? It's kind of reminds me of when Kimmy or Seb are on their way out. Like we just wanted them to do good, and it
Mhm.
just never really happened. And we kind of feel that way about Fernando. And
I I so badly want it to be Lewis because Lewis was, I mean, still is this one of the best drivers ever. It's him and Michael Schumacher. Like,
okay.
definitively,
Yep.
line in the sand, him and Schumacher are the best 2 drivers to have ever raced in Formula 1 based off of championships. They
Yeah.
both have 7. And if Lewis can get 8, awesome. But I don't want him to go out with a whimper. I want him to go out fighting. And maybe that's the season. Huh?
Yeah. That would be a good.
I don't
Sucks, man.
want Lewis's story to Lewis's story almost can't end on a whimper, you know? Lewis Hamilton has always been a very vocal, proud, loud, incredible driver. And if his career just fizzled out, that just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, but it's also very Lewis Hamilton be like, "Hey, I tried, I didn't get it." Kids, you can still try. It's okay to fail as long as you're okay with the results. And I can see him trying to, twist it into a good perspective.
I don't know. You remember my 2021 theory, right?
Yes.
My 2021 theory that if Lewis Hamilton would have won the championship in 2021, he would have been done. He would have retired after 8. I firmly believe in my bones that that would have happened.
Hmm. Maybe one day we can get Lewis on the pod. You can ask him.
Yeah, I would love to.
Uh,
Right, moving on to Red Bull. Oh, look at that. Now, obviously, Isaac wasn't driving Red Bull last season, but they're teammates now, so we're comparing them on different machinery, which makes Isaac look a hell of a lot, not better, but it makes him look ready, I guess. So obviously, Max is ahead on wins, podiums, Q3, and average finish position. It's Max. 8 wins, 15 podiums, 95.8% Q3%, average finish position of 3.7. Now to Isaac's 0 wins, but still got a podium.
yeah.
70.8% Q3 percentage, which blew my mind. He made it into Q3 in what? I think that's 16 or 17 races of the 24. That's impressive. And an
Yeah.
average finishing position of 11.8. Incredible rookie year. These stats, if I would show you these stats and you didn't know that it was Isaac's rookie season, would you have believed that that was his rookie season performance?
No, because that jumps out to me as like trying to think of like a midfield team. Like that would be like a Bottas at like Sauber or something. You know what I mean? Something like
Mhm.
weird. Yeah, they used to be good, but they're not really good anymore. Like they're old. No, that's a rookie. Like that's pretty good.
So when we were talking earlier about when I gave my prediction, it's either going to be Isaac or Kimmy getting their first win. When I was doing, so I had this in my back pocket when I was thinking about this. But these numbers show me that Isaac is genuinely, he is ready for that Ferrari seat. I don't think that Yuki was ready. Liam definitely wasn't ready. But Isaac, what he did in that V carb last year and how he did it and how he handled it all and just how he kept his consistency and composure throughout the entire season, he's ready for Red Bull. I think the curse is done because the two curse bringers are also not there anymore. And I think that Isaac will perform better in the Red Bull than the last two. I almost said last three, but Sergio did fine. Sergio was good in the Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think any negatives to that. I got nothing. It sucks as a VCARB fan seeing him go because like got a
Oh,
podium.
he was great for your team.
Yeah, we got a podium. Like, but also
He
like
he got a podium holding off Max.
yeah, yeah.
He did so good. That was such an exciting race.
He
He earned
reminds
that podium.
yeah he reminds me so much of Pierre, like when Pierre was with AlphaTauri.
Oh, don't say that.
But like I know I just it sucks because like I really feel like he is young enough, he's skilled enough, and everything that he can potentially be Max's like I don't want to say protege, but a fill-in, a replacement. Like no one will ever be Max, but he will fill
Next
most
man
of he'll fill most of the void left behind by Max.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good pairing, and if he can keep up with Max, otherwise, like
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't even have to keep up with Max. He just has to keep up.
yeah,
All Isaac is in a really honestly easy position right now because he just needs to do better than Yuki did last season, which I don't think he will have any problem with. I think if Isaac can keep it in the top 6 all season, he'll be fine.
yeah. Yuki Tsunoda got 33 points last year.
I'm not trying to crap on Yuki, but Yuki just was not good last season. He just wasn't.
Yeah, I'm going through his race results. His best race finish was 7th,
Mm-hmm.
and that was at the United States. So that was Coda.
It hurts me to say because I've always liked Yuki.
He had 6th at Azerbaijan. Sorry about that. Okay,
Right. I mean, I like Yuki. I've always liked Yuki, but he
yes.
never quite he just didn't pan out.
No,
And sometimes that happens. That's just what the sport is.
yeah, it's nice that they finally give him a shot at Red Bull, but it also sucks that they didn't give him a long shot. Like it was what a race or a season minus 2 races.
Yeah, but the other part of that is if you're at a team like Red Bull, you do have to perform at a very specific type of level.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to get that out of Liam. They weren't going to get that out of Isaac. They were getting that out of Sergio. They were just blind to it because they are blind also to the fact that a racing god is a part of their team.
Yeah, well, they're not the team isn't blind so much out of one eye anymore.
That's oof.
But I just
That's
for
a Helmut Marko joke.
What has always like not always, but what has baffled me since Yuki left Red Bull or whatever, why the Red Bull family kept Liam.
Yeah, I'm very confused about the fact that Liam is still there.
Yeah, because what has Liam shown on any car?
Honestly. I will say he did get a lot better. He did get a lot better after he moved to the V-Carb, and a lot of that was just the V-Carb was a car built for a human. But there were signs there. I'm not saying Liam's not going to be a champion. I'm comfortable saying that. But Liam, I think, is good enough to be in Formula One. It's just, I could see him ending up at an Audi after Gabby gets called up to McLaren because Oscar is, I don't know, at Ferrari. Just throwing that out there. Or George goes to Aston, so then somebody else. I could see. Now, that's just me talking. I don't actually really believe that. But I think Liam has a place in Formula One, but his place is a space filler.
I see him as a reserve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored more points than Yuki last year, but he also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DNFs.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive. And I just don't feel like he's great. Hopefully he proves me wrong, but I just don't feel like he is The better of the options.
Hmm. I mean, we both, and I know we both struggle with this because it almost feels hypocritical, doesn't it? Where both of us want drivers to get more than a season or 6 races to prove themselves, but at the same time, they're not in machinery that is really conducive to helping them do that.
Yeah. Yeah. We saw that with Duhan and everything.
We saw that with Mick Schumacher.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Mick was in a 2025 Haas? I think he would have
Mm.
done a lot. I think he would have been better than Ocon, honestly.
Yeah. Ocon's another driver that I can't believe he's been in the sport for as long as he has.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. Like he's in that space filler role. I feel the same way about Nico. They're they're competitive enough to be on the grid, but they're not going to do anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ocon has more wins than Nico. Weird, but
Barely.
100% more. Well, actually, it would be infinity times more because
Yeah. No, that's fair. I don't know. You said it though before, going back to Red Bull. I'm really excited for this driver pairing. I do think that this group of drivers that Red Bull has put together is solid, and I think it is the right decision after the Helmet Christian Horner era, to where Isaac is just kind of they're setting Isaac up for success in a way where I don't remember the last time we've seen a Red Bull driver get this set up for success like this. What, Danny Rick, and then they dropped him like Woody when Buzz Lightyear Max Verstappen showed up.
yeah. Well, Danny Rick was a good second driver. He just didn't want to be second driver anymore, and then he went, you know.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying Red
Yeah.
Bull tried to elevate Danny Rick and support him in a way that we haven't seen Red Bull do to a second driver since now, I don't think. Because it does feel like that they really want to support Isaac. And of
Yeah.
course,
Okay, I
obviously they
hear what
did
you're
it with
saying.
Max, but they built Max in a lab.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Max is Mewtwo.
He really is. That's why I love him.
uh do you have anything else before we wrap up for the week?
No, that is it. That's all I have. Yeah, I got nothing. We got one more week, man.
We do. That was Formula Friday. Join us next week when we preview Australia because we're back. Next week we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna do our final head-to-heads. We're gonna go over any news. We're back into our preview mode. We're doing
Yeah.
it. The grid gamble's coming back. The new and improved new regulation grid gamble. That's what I'm gonna coin it. We have so many ideas and nice, so
Yep.
many ideas and exciting things that I want to do that Lewis wants to do going into this season, and I can't wait. I can't wait to do it all. I can't wait to watch these races, see how the season unfolds. The new regulations are going to be incredible. They're either going to be bad or great, but either way, it's going to be awesome because I'm a
Also,
sicko and I like to watch bad sports sometimes
yeah.
because it's fun.
Well, you're a Dolphins fan. So
Yeah. Damn it.
also make sure you're here right at the start of the show because we have a special thing we've been working on.
Oh, a special treat. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, let's get you pumped up for the season.
All right. Well, until next week, I've been